Welcome to Roll or Die. I'm Roger.
I'm Adam.
And this is our Kickstarter preview of Marvel United.
From CMON Games.
Yes.
We've been excited for this one for some time since they started teasing it in January.
Yes.
And it just went live today at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Very exciting. I'm sitting here on the page watching the dollars roll in as it goes. So
it's got to be quite something to be on the other side of this. Imagine working for CMON and, well, they're always successful, but just seeing this money roll in.
Yeah, they have to be excited.
So, Marvel United, if you haven't seen it already, we do recommend going to the Kickstarter page for CMON. We'll put the link below so you can see the preview video, you can see the minis, you can see how the game plays. There's quite a few videos on there that can show you how the game works. What we wanted to do today is go over what we think of it. How does it play as a game? What the pledge levels are, what the stretch goals, maybe figure out some future content they're likely to offer, and then at the end, we'll tell you whether or not we individually backed it.
Yeah. So just right off the top, Adam, what's your initial reaction, impression when you watched that first video? We'll try to show you a little bit of some of this, some of the artwork and stuff. We'll try to drop it in here. But what was your initial reaction when you saw this release today?
Well, originally when I saw it in January, I thought it might be Arcadia Quest because it has an interesting aesthetic. You'll see they look like chibis. They definitely have a cutified look.
Yeah.
The sculpts are all great, by the way. You'll see the figures on there. So I didn't know what type of game it was going to be. Now that we've seen it, it's a cooperative. I think it's 2 to 4 players, heroes versus one villain. There's minor villains; they're just cards, but the major villain is a sculpt.
Yep.
And you set up locations. It's a card-playing game. There's no dice. It's just playing cards in order. Your cards trigger off other heroes, creating combos. The villain is playing mastermind cards that does all the bad stuff, of course. And before you face the villain, you have to take care of 2 missions that are on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very excited. I saw it, and I love the artwork. It has that same... a little bit of that Arcadia Quest, kind of like, what did you call it? Chibi. Chibi. Yeah, but, there's not a whole lot of miniatures so far. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But the quality is just off the chart, really good. I mean, high quality and some great cards as well, card-driven. Initially I thought it kind of seemed like it had a similar mechanic to the Reckoner's game, where you have an overarching boss and you have to eliminate some of his minions while he hops around the city, some of that similar feel. But I really think, CMON's going to put their own stamp on this. I think eventually we're going to find out it's really a lot different, so.
And something to keep in mind, this game plays fast. It plays in 40 minutes.
40 minutes. That's really...
The hero decks are small. They're only 12 cards. So each hero has 12 cards, and the villains also know 12 cards.
Right.
Your hand size is 3. You're playing a card. You're drawing up. When you take damage, you lose cards. And there's no reshuffling of the deck. When your deck is out, your hero's KO'd.
Yeah. And I think that's going to, this is just wild speculation on Roll or Die here, but I think that's done intentionally to produce the co-op working together. Mm-hmm. You literally only have 12 actions, and you better combine it with their 12 actions and get this guy down,
Yeah, and it would make sense why it's not a single-player game. You'd have to play multiple heroes so that you have the number of actions. But yeah, so it's just the 12 cards. The hero, they move around the locations. Each location has a unique effect that you can't activate until you take care of the threat that's there. There's no deck building.
Yeah.
So there's no way to really customize these heroes that we've seen. The 12 cards you get is the 12 cards you play with that hero. So we should point out, I've read the rule book. Neither of us have played this game, so this is just speculation apart from what we've seen today. But it looks like you're just going to have to choose the heroes you want to play, and how they feel different will come from their deck, not really from other gameplay mechanics. It'll be that deck that makes the hero different.
Yep, absolutely.
In the base set, you get 5 heroes, you get 3 villains, and then if you back just even the basic level pledge, you get an additional 2 heroes and another villain.
Right.
And that's no extra cost. That's just as a perk for being part of the Kickstarter campaign.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's talk about the pledge levels. As of right now, there's just one, and that is the United Pledge. That gets you the base game, those 3 exclusives we talked about, and then all the stretch goals that are applicable. There's one add-on at this point, and that's the Infinity Gauntlet, which I believe is a linked series of campaigns that gives you 4 additional villains, Thanos and 3 of his children.
Yeah, which is perfect. I mean,
Right.
if you want an expansion, that's the exact one you want to play. Coming off the movies and and all of that, I think that's just perfect there. So, and I like that they're starting right there because that's all fresh in our minds. And then we can build this set. If it grows and takes off, they can build and do some different things with it.
Yeah, there's a nice synergy with the movies, and I know too that Taskmaster is one of the villains in the box, and he's going to be the villain of the upcoming Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
So there's some nice synergy there.
Excellent.
So that it is an add-on. It's $30. The base game is $60. So that $30 expansion does get you at least another 4 enemies. And so far, they've hit 7 stretch goals.
Of course, yeah.
This is the thing with any CMON launch. They're going to hit 1 million stretch goals between now and 3 weeks later when the campaign ends. But quickly, so we can run you through what we've seen, they have added on recently another villain, Bullseye, Black Cat, Moon Knight, Luke Cage, Mockingbird, and Iron Fist.
There you go.
So they're
each of these miniatures are so cool. They're so stylized to the individual hero or villain. Very, very cool.
We haven't seen all the individual cards yet, but each hero gives you a little description of how they play. For instance, it mentions that War Machine has ranged attacks.
Right.
And Iron Fist can manipulate his deck and hit multiple areas at once. So that's where I said the heroes will play differently because of their decks.
Yeah.
Future content. So with any CMON Kickstarter, there's going to be tons of add-ons.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
This isn't the only paid content you'll probably see. There's going to be more, and this is just speculation, but probably some hero boxes, villain boxes, improved components as far as plastic tokens.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised to see another sort of campaign aside from Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
The one thing that surprised me so far is all of this is marked Kickstarter exclusive. So all the stuff they're giving us in this campaign will not be available at retail. It may be available at conventions or at other parts of their website in later things. If there's a second round next year to do this again, some of the Kickstarter exclusives.
Or maybe the components may shift a little bit, how they do it or something maybe too.
But the retail box is just what it is. So there's a definite advantage to backing, and that's always true with CMON.
Absolutely.
Is that you can sort of have the fear of missing out if you don't back, because what you get at retail is usually a lesser product as far as it comes to the components and the characters.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So let's talk about a few of the pros and cons potentially of this game.
Well, pros right off the bat, Adam, is there's just going to be content after content. There's always a great value proposition with these. I backed the Arcadia Quest, the Inferno expansions, and when it was all said and done, I would have paid triple for that retail what I actually got. So, for me, the pro is you get in early, you're going to get the game right away, but at the same time, the value of what you're going to get is just great. If this was a startup, you might be a little leery, but this is CMON. I mean, come on, right? Not to be a play on words, but yeah, that's the real pro for me.
There's no risk of this campaign not coming through or they're not actually shipping product. You're safe.
Right.
They've done so many that there's never even a concern with them. My pros too. I like the license. I'm very excited that Eric Lang designed this game.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite designers, so I'm excited to see it. What we have so far doesn't show us a lot of the gameplay. I was hoping to see an actual preview, like a full game, because my questions coming in is how different do the villains really make the game?
Right.
They have their own dashboard in the middle. And that's where I'm hoping we're going to see some more variety, where it's not always just run around in a circle and then fight the villain. We've seen this done to great effect in other card games. The Arkham Horror LCG, the Marvel Champions LCG, where the villain or the scenario really changes up between rounds.
Right.
And keeps the game feeling fresh.
Yeah, it set the bar high,
Right.
So that was going to be my con as well, is will the gameplay become repetitive or stale quickly,
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we'll get a lot of theme, a lot of flavor with these heroes and villains as they're added.
Yeah, and that's the ideal thing, is that you're going to want to play this again and again and try out a different hero, face a different villain, and the game's going to feel fresh or new every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But other than that, I'm happy with what I saw.
Yeah, I am too. Very excited.
So now the big question is, did you back? I did. I hit the buy or back now button pretty much at 3:01 after I saw everything. I didn't even hesitate. And I did include the Infinity Gauntlet expansion.
Yep, I did too. I backed it, so we'll see. It was a no-brainer for me. I did not do the Infinity Gauntlet expansion. I just backed the base one. I'm going to wait till we get close to the end and see how they sweeten the pot. They'll probably have an all-in pledge at some point, and then I'll have to make the decision if I'm all in or not. So
there you have it. Go check it out. If you like what you see or you don't, let us know. Write in the comments what you think of their Kickstarter campaign for Marvel United.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Roll or Die. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, like Adam said, leave us a comment. Let us know. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Kickstarter Preview.